Happening. So yeah, welcome
How
to
are
the
you?
podcast, man. I'm all right, lads. Yeah, we're gonna call it "What's Happening," I think, as well, aren't we?
Yeah, because I think we'll just go through what's been happening in the week, what's been happening in the HYROX world, hybrid space, whatever, and we'll just cover whatever's been going on.
Yeah. So obviously this has come about. Like I speak to you probably every day. So I said, and after things we talk about, I'm thinking people will probably be interested in this.
Yeah, maybe. Just listen to two lads talk shite, yeah.
That's it, lads. So we'll have a little go. We'll see what's happening. It looks nice where you are there,
Yeah, I'm in Bootle.
like a brick wall behind me. So go on, tell us where you are and what you're up to, lad.
I'm in Dubai at the moment for the summer, so I'm just here. I'm probably going to be here full time soon enough, but yeah, I'm just, to be honest, I find it easier to work. It's better for me, like, so, yeah.
Yeah, and the gym's out there unreal, aren't they, lad?
Yeah, well, you've lived there, haven't you, yourself? So you know what it's like.
Yeah,
Um, it's just for me, it's just better. It's gyms, better environment, better fitness community. I can still obviously work, so I still travel back and forth to Europe for the races and when I've catch up with clients and stuff. So it suits me, like. So while there's not much going on for my lot in the next couple of months, I'm all right being here for a couple of months where I can just settle down, like.
nice then. So let's get into it. We want to talk about off season then. So seen a
Well,
couple
what's
of
going
others.
on with you then since Wales? What's going on with you now?
Yeah, so I mean, touching on like a off season, most people call it. I don't really have one, mate. I just crack on with my training. Obviously, after Stockholm, had a little bit of a down week. I think I upped my running volume just before it, like more faster running. So I needed a little bit of a break. I was just carrying a little few niggles around, like kind of the calves really. So yeah, I've had a little bit of a deload week after it, and now I'm just picking it back up again. So I like to just be in a position where if a race was to pop up on a weekend, I could run it. To be honest, so I just yeah, back into it now, back into normal training. Obviously, Aaron is who's my coach. He's just like, yeah, got me right back into where I need to be, and we'll see what happens and what race we do next and where we go with it.
Yeah, are you happy that you just chose to do the doubles at Wales and didn't
Yeah,
do solo?
yeah, I think so. Like I was there watching my age group with you. Obviously, you have Mark, don't you? And the race is unbelievable. We'll touch on it in a bit, but yeah, I think so. I think the conditions were tough when I raced on the Sunday, on the Saturday in the
Yeah,
double. So I think if I would have ran the solo, I'd have been gassed. I wouldn't have been able to do well at all in the double. So for me and what my recovery time that I need, yeah, I think it was the right call. Obviously, I was gutted watching that race back. Don't think I probably would have been up there. Listen, Mark's much quicker than I am. Obviously the lad who comes second, Stephen, I've raced him a few times this year, and I'm always there and in and around him. But he's just come on, he's come on massive. So, yeah, but it would have been
I
interesting
was
to
really
see.
shocked that didn't do it. It was no disrespect to Steve, but I was really shocked that it was him that coming second. To be honest, I thought it was going to be between Mark and Julian.
Yeah, well, I did
So
to
for
be fair.
Steve to
Yeah, yeah, and if you look at his progress, he has been gradually progressing. So he ran in Gdansk against me, but he ran the doubles as well before in the morning, and then raced me in later on in the evening. And he was only just behind me then. So I think he's just like kind of prepped himself really well for that Worlds, and it was close winning. It was a close finish, which yeah. So it's the right call for
yeah,
me. As I say, it was good to watch. I'm always like a bit of FOMO, but the next day went all right for us in the double, so I'd take that.
a lot of people did the same thing. They chose to just do one over the other, just doing the doubles. If they weren't going to podium in the solos, I think so. I think a lot of people this year, whereas in the past, people had just gone, right, well, I've got three races, I've got a mixed, I've got a doubles, I've got a solo, I'm just going to do them all at Worlds. So I think people have specified a little bit more this year because everyone's taking it way more serious, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's it, mate. I think it's yeah, the standard increasing massively, and they'll keep getting better. We were talking about it yesterday, weren't we? Like the standard
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
took.
definitely. So off season now, everyone is talking off season. Like you said, there isn't much of an off season. I mean, I was watching Aaron and Chris's podcast before, and they said the same. It's not like down tools and stop and back off loads. It's just I look at it as time to work on. You've got time to work on weaknesses now. So whether you need to be a bit more fitter in your base, whether you need to work on a little bit of speed or a bit more strength, or even I'd say to people if you're going to try and lose weight um for the next start of next season, something come. people come to me all the time and like, oh, I think I need to be lighter for my races. I say, do it now. Now, when you've got like 2, 3 months before the next race, get your weight off. That's what I'd probably use your off season for. But I don't think
How'd
it's
you go?
necessarily like that. Go on.
How'd you do that for them then? What do you do? Just give them more volume
For
and
weight loss.
like work on the nutrition a little bit.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily up on the volume. It's just reducing the calories a little bit, just sensibly. It's hard when you're doing this because obviously you're trying to juggle loads of different things. You're not trying to compromise performance, but there's always going to be a slight dip as you're cutting
Yeah.
calories and stuff. But now you've got the time where it doesn't matter if you're doing it 6 weeks out from a race. Obviously, it's important. So I always say don't try and diet as you're going into a race. Like so, I'd get it off now. Give yourself time to bring your calories back to maintenance as you're getting towards the race season, and you'll feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
Um,
I went into Stockholm later. I didn't like plan it. I just think with the amount of work I was doing building up to it, I just
yeah,
happened to lose like I lost about 2 kilograms. So I'm usually about 87 comfortably, maybe 88. I've been heavy and I've never really been lighter. I think I was in Stockholm. I was just around under 86, and for me that's light. And I mean, did it benefit much from it? I don't think so. I don't know.
maybe that's why you
Obviously
got cramp.
yeah, probably is, lads. Yeah. I didn't want to bring that up. It's still haunting me, lad. It's still haunting me. Um, but yeah, I mean, in the doubles, it's hard to know, innit? Because if you're feeling a bit crap on the station, your partner can pick it up. But I think if I was
Yeah,
to do a solo, I probably would have felt it. Like the sleds are tough, and I think being that lighter, I
yeah,
probably
definitely.
would have struggled a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sleds
hard
were
when you're
tough
trying to
there.
lose weight. But yeah, as you say, like for off season for me, I don't really have much of an off season. I just kind of chip away at what I've been doing. Maybe I'll come down a little bit on the intensity, but the structure in the program stays very similar. But yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just keep chipping away.
the thing is, like this sport now is unique because it's just one massive rolling season, but with
Mm.
a world slapped in the middle of it. Do you know what I mean? Now, I mean, there's loads of races this month. There's that Jakarta. You've got what Melbourne this week. You've got races all through this month, next month. So there is no more um of like backing off. And you look at people who are trying to get points for next season for this Division One and the elites, and they're going over to places to try and pick up points at races that are a little bit quieter. And I don't blame them. It's a smart thing to do. Like
Yeah.
some of the boys went over to Jakarta last week, and probably secured their spot in the Elite 15 because of it. So yeah, it might have been a little bit of a ball like flying the week after Wales all the way to Asia. But if you're trying to get in the Elite 15 or you're trying to get in Division One, that's what you're gonna have to do, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. People are a lot more strategic, and if you've got that flexibility to go and travel and to go places, then why not? As I say, that's why most people are going to be picking up points. Um,
Defo. So I think for a lot of people, they're not necessarily going to have an off season. It's just going to be maybe a little bit of time with no race, like maybe a month off with no race. But then soon enough, it's going to be time to come because I'm already thinking like August when you've got like Turkey and what is it? Is the one in Greece as well or something?
yeah, there's one in Athens.
Um,
Is that like the start of September or something
that
like
that
that?
that starts September, yeah. So soon enough, it's going to come round. It's only 4 weeks away till Turkey. I know loads of people are going for that.
Yeah.
So you've not really got much time before it starts again. So I
Yeah,
think
and
the off season has changed.
that's the
Go on.
sport, innit? The sport growing that much. So yeah, well, and I think Abu Dhabi was meant to be having one wearing it, but obviously it's still up in the air when that's going. So yeah, it's just going to be
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, right?
it's just going to be one big season where there'll be no off season. You just have to pick the races that you decide you want to travel to, and that work for
I mean,
your
like
kind of like routine.
like we were saying yesterday, it's going to be hard trying to qualify. Even trying to make Division One is going to be hard because there's going to be no easy races this year. Every single race is going to be stacked. So if you're trying to pick up points, it's going to be it's going to be tough.
Yeah, well, me and Adam, so in the doubles, we're like obviously trying to get into that Division One, and we've been knocked down now. I think we're like 30 seconds or something. So I think you've got to be in the top
Yeah.
30 or something like that. But the elite license come out the other day, and I think it's not cheap.
No, it's 500 euros, is it? 500 quid, whatever.
Or was it like 400? No, if so, they were meant to be doing that, but giving you 2 tickets, for races. And
Yeah, yeah.
they decided to backtrack on that now. So I think it's like
That
€400
doesn't
with
sound
no
like
races.
HYROX.
Know what I mean? So you're just paying €400 to not even guarantee yourself in the Division One. And for most people, like, is it worth it? Like, I don't know. It's one of them. Me and Aaron
Yeah,
were talking about it. Like, but I suppose it gives you a little bit more to aim for and a little bit more of a boost. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really. I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. I might be just racing age groups and seeing how that goes.
yeah. I mean, it's a good money spinner because last year you probably had, I don't know, 50 or 100 people, maybe probably 50 people who bought the licenses because they were chasing Elite 15. This year you're probably going to have like hundreds and hundreds of people who are buying it because they're chasing Division One.
Yeah,
So definitely a good little earner for HYROX, like.
and that's what they love it,
But
don't they? So
again, yeah, but again, it enters you into the another thing of that is it enters you into the doping pool, doesn't it?
does it? Yeah.
Once you've got your license, yeah, once you've got your license, then you're subject to be tested when you race and stuff. So
Oh yeah, I think I read that on the thing that
that's
they
another
sent
thing.
through the contract.
Yeah,
Well, that'll be
yeah.
interesting
Which
because
is
I've never seen anyone getting tested outside the elite at any race. I don't know if you have.
yeah, and well, no, at the elite races they do always test them, and I mean, obviously I've been there when Mark stood there for like 2 hours. While some fellas started there basically saying, "I want to see your dick, I want to see you pissed for hours." And it's the same, like they're all getting pinned there. So with the elites, they do get tested. I know that last year at one of the age group races, they did. Some of them did get tested. I can't remember what it was, but some of them did get tested. But it doesn't happen very often, I don't think. Whether
Yeah,
they'll bring that in, I don't
yeah,
know
I hope
with the age
so.
groupers.
We go for the sport if they did anyway, because then obviously it might change a few things up
Yeah,
again.
I mean that's something that comes up a lot. I get asked a lot by people who don't really even do high rocks maybe that ask me, "Oh, do you think gear's rife? They must all be taking gear. I think, this, that, and the other. Peptides is another one. Peptides is massive. People are always asking about that. I don't know what your thought is. I mean, the elites, I don't know. It's tough because I do see them getting tested a lot, and some of them race often. So I think like, when would you actually have the time to sort of run a cycle, come off this, that, and the other? Because certain things stay in your system for a long time. So I'm unsure whether the elites are necessarily taking gear. I think some of them you'd just be surprised at how super fit they are.
Yeah,
With age groupers, I would say probably definitely. Yeah, I mean peptides are rife, so definitely peptides. Everyone's using the peptides, definitely.
yeah. Well, it's massive at the moment,
Um,
isn't it? See it all over social media.
yeah, I mean it's I've kind of got two thoughts on it because the recovery peptides like the BPC and the TB500 that people use all the time for injuries and stuff. I don't know. It's tough because I think they're useful, but then everyone's not going to take them, so it's kind of unfair. So it's kind of 50-50 because they were they were sort of okay to take, but now it's been added to the doping list and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. But there's other things people take as well, like other peptides. I'm not really sure. I think one's called like NAD and some other bits and pieces things that people take. But there's definitely people taking hormones as well,
Yeah,
tests,
well,
growth
I think
hormone, that type of stuff.
like one thing. So, like obviously, I didn't know much about the peptides, but with them because they're so rife now, I have read about them and like kind of looked it up because I've been discussions. So the way I see it, and correct me if I'm wrong, that so peptides are basically like I see them as like Lego blocks, and the more you stack, the more like signals it gives to your body type of thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
and what they do is it's like basically like putting a key in a lock. So the more peptides you got, the more it kind of like opens your cells to release whatever peptide it is you're taking. So like I've had like like obviously people ask me, what you think of peptides, and it's like asking someone like what you think of medicine because there's so many peptides that you can take.
yeah, yeah,
There's not like a specific peptide. There's like all different ones. So you've got like your fat loss ones, your recovery ones, you obviously your muscle building ones, your tissue repairing ones. So yeah, as I
yeah.
say, I can see why they are getting like a lot of hype, but I don't think there's enough
The
research on humans, is there, to understand like what the long term effects are.
No, it's all like it's a lot of anecdotal stuff, and it's all just coming from like bodybuilders basically
Mm,
because bodybuilders will just take anything, and they've been
yeah,
taking peptides for years. It's now sort of reached out into the other markets. But what it is the Ozempic, Mounjaro, Reta has opened the
Mm.
doors for everything because people have took all these through the doctor initially, or now they're getting them on the black market. Because they took them and gone, fucking hell, this is sound, like this is safe. I've got the result I wanted. Well, what other peptides can I take? Can I take ones for growing my hair? Can I take ones for my skin? Can I take ones for building muscle? Can I take the So it's like almost a gateway where it's gone from fat loss fat loss drug, and opened up broadly. And the stigma's kind of gone with them a little bit. So
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes with that.
frightening
But
really.
I don't know.
Go on.
I don't know how hard it is to test for them. To be honest with you, I don't know how detectable they are, how they test for them. Um, I don't know if it'd be as easy as it is with hormones.
And I think you're seeing a lot of young kids, especially the ones who are influenced online, and that they're the ones who are more interested. And I think to anyone, like, listen, usually is what you see on social media is a lot ahead of what the science is telling us. So anything like that, just take as like with a pinch of salt. And nothing's better than just consistent training. And we'll say this all the time. Nothing's going to give
Yeah,
you the magic formula to become, I don't know, where you want to be, like an elite or something. These elites that are training massive volumes and have done stacked up over the years and years. So I think if it is right and people are taking them, listen, let them be and see what happens if they get caught. But yeah, it's not for me, and it's not something that I'm really interested in.
I think, like I said, with the elites, the thing is, you can't really take away that a lot of them have got a strong, solid background in something, and they've got years and years and years of training stacked underneath them of um, just solid work. Like Hunter, for an example, he's a machine. He's done all kinds of stuff, endurance runs, um, obstacle races, all this type of stuff. Um, with the guy who comes second, Osselauer, absolute
Oh yeah,
monster.
he's been
So he's
around for
come from,
years, hasn't
yeah, he's come from like triathlon. He's an absolute monster. Him. Some of the other guys, Ron was a swimmer for many years, so they've all got like a background in something. They haven't just come from doing a few weights and then all of a sudden, they've started training 25 hours a week and they've got to the elite stage in 2 years. So they've all got like a massive base behind them. So I think you might want to think they're all on steroids to reach that level, but you've got to respect some of the work as well.
he? Oh, 100%. Going on to that, then you mentioned it, Hunter. I don't know if you've seen,
You've seen it, like,
like,
yeah,
oh, know what, right? Like, I love Hunter. Like, honestly,
I do,
for
yeah,
those,
yeah,
he's brilliant and he's great for the sport. He's a character. We seen him. So after my race, I was stood outside. I don't know if I was with you a little bit. And he stopped for the
yeah.
lads and he took a picture with me, two lads. One of my lads asked him, why'd you call yourself the sheriff? And he was like playing up to it. And you know what? He was brilliant. But then, obviously, I watch his YouTube stuff and then I watch the clip he put out on social media. And I don't know what you feel on it, but it was grim from him. Like, it was not something that you really want to see.
Yeah, I mean, he's frustrated, isn't he? That he with the thing is, the sport would definitely not be what it is now without him. 100%. Yeah,
No, 100%. I don't know if you've watched his YouTube, but as the leaving like a coffee, there's a little bit where someone who's in his team, they say like, I hope the judges are nice on him today because he's always like punished and he's always this and that. So they were kind of like preempting it. Now he is, but at the same time, he goes to the line like he is like literally all the time borderline breaking a rule. And I mean, I suppose you've got to if you want to, if you're trying
that's
to
where
get
you
to
want
the
to be. Yeah,
1%.
in a way.
And I've watched it back and his hands, it's just because his hand placement, wasn't it, that he was called for on the burpees at first. And you could see him getting warned. And when you're warned, most other athletes will tighten up. And he doesn't. He just continues you can see him stop and stall a little bit, but then he continues to do what he was doing. And whether it's over or not is hard to tell. But obviously the judge just stood next to him. But then I think to come out and to call like the judge out, I think he says something like, I think she's not a nice human or something. I think he was saying, and it's just, I think he's took it, as you say, he's obviously up there, isn't he? And he's trying to come down. He's probably done it too soon.
Yeah. So I mean, he's frustrated that he ran a good race, so to speak, and then he's kind of thinking, well, if I hadn't got that penalty, I'd have been in a better position. And obviously, the sport's built a massive reputation and massive following off the back of him. But that doesn't mean that he's exempt to rules. But at the same time, I do feel like whoever's first in the wave just gets blitzed by the judges. And that's the same in age group. You know
Yeah,
yourself, when you're at the front of the wave, you're getting absolutely blitzed by judges for
yeah,
anything. And sometimes it's very questionable. And
yeah,
especially this year with the way the judging's gone, like it's fucking changing the rules every couple of weeks.
yeah.
And now they're submitting VAR. Now they're saying you can't submit VAR and all this blah blah blah. So he shouldn't have probably spoke out because he's got to be a bit more professional than that. I think it's not saying he can't be frustrated by what's happened, but I probably wouldn't have put it out to whatever he's got, 250,000 followers or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's following. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, going back to the judging, like me and Rotterdam, we had the same type of thing. So it was the Sutherland brothers, and then it was me and Aaron, and we were like kind of back and forth a little bit up into the row. So we did have like quite harsh judges. Um, but the judge that we had, he was really good at communicating. So he was like he was explaining, he was saying, listen, this is your first warning, and this is why. So you knew straight away then, and you'd fix whatever it was. Um, Quite often I've had a judge where they just say first warning and not giving you anything else, and you're asking why, just tell me why so I can fix it. And I think I don't know what the communication he was getting, but if it's being lacking, then obviously he's frustrated, isn't he? But then you see him at the end of the burpees and he's kind of like questioning how many laps he's got to do, and the judge isn't there to tell you that. But if you're getting a warning while you're doing the whatever the jump, the
Yeah, yeah,
burpee,
yeah,
hand
yeah.
placement, then you've got it. You've got to give the athlete the communication. And as I say, if he hasn't had that, then yeah, he's in the right to flip. But it's just some of the stuff he said. I think he's just got to take a little bit of a. He's a role model, isn't he, for others? So maybe
He
just
is a role
tone it
model, yeah.
down.
Um, he's a funny guy, like, but
But then that's got him clicks. And listen, he loves the clicks. And he
he's
hasn't
Phil's
really
favourite,
mentioned
yeah.
that he blew himself on the sled, going full length
Yeah,
unbroken.
that
Looks
that
great.
that that was the
You
that was
could
the
see
crux
it
of
in
it,
his
lad.
face. We were watching it,
Him
and
and
my
Ron
little lad was
blew
there with
themselves out of
me,
the sleds.
and he was saying, "Why is he doing that with his face, Dad?" And I was like, "His legs have gone. He's trying to get them back." And fair play, he led all the way. We were rooting for him, but then obviously he just emptied the tank, and he had nothing left, especially when he got to them wall balls.
Lad, on them last three runs, lad, he was like, you can see the grimace on his face. I'm thinking, fucking, he's in the head zone here. How's he going
He
to
was
do
in the
these wall
hole.
balls?
I know what I don't know if he had any heart rate data on, but I'd love to have seen it because he must have been top end of the zone five there. He was in pain.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I kind of think like he knew he must have known like people want to start coming back because
Yeah,
Tim started coming back, didn't he, on run 6 or 7?
yeah, yeah,
Started like
yeah,
sort of creeping back on him. 'Cause he was thinking, I can't let off here.
yeah. It was
And
good. It
obviously
was a
last
good race.
year, yeah, it was a fucking boss race there.
It
It was
was.
really good.
And then I think going while we're on Sweden as well, looking at some of the age groups. So obviously one of the best races I seen all weekend was your man Mark D. Like we mentioned it before, but then three lads when they come into them wall balls, how good was that?
Do you know what? The race was a bit mad because like up until the row, him and Julian were neck and neck because they're both obviously a similar sort of level.
Yeah,
Julian's an absolute monster. Um, so there was neck and neck until the row, and then Mark had just sort of edged away a little bit, and I'd said to him like, just make sure you keep something in the tank for
yeah,
wall balls. So he came into wall balls 30 seconds clear maybe, and then I thought, oh, we'll see how it goes because he always gets hammered with no reps.
yeah,
He knows himself. Like some of his reps, it's just his mobility. So he knows himself. He had like 15 reps, so it was a buffer, and then sure enough, that was soon down to like -5 reps. To Julian was 5 reps ahead, and then Steve's come in, and it was tight, lads. I mean, you stood behind me, weren't you?
mate.
Because
That,
I feel
that
like my house was going fucking
so there
watching
was
that.
you, there was obviously a couple. I was stood with Jesse, and we were next to each other. I think at one point they were all on like 92 reps. And then
Yeah,
Julian's
yeah,
legs
yeah, yeah.
went, he kind of like wobbled, and then Mark took the lead again, and then Stephen come in, and it was just like, I think he won by, what did he win by, like three or four wall balls at the end?
Yeah, he won by because I think Julian legs went and then he couldn't hit the targets. We was throwing the ball, but he just couldn't hit the target, like because he was obviously spent. So he'd just give it everything, and he got
Lad,
like
it was
4 no reps on 96. So he was good, wasn't he?
it was incredible. So that was one that I liked, and then the other one that I kind of enjoyed was George Martindale. So I don't know if you followed him. So obviously he flew the day of his race. He flew the day of his race.
Yeah,
His stories are great. He was updating us as he went, and then he's obviously landed. And I watched a bit of the race. To be fair, he come in. I think he come in on a sled pull about, I don't know, fifth or something. And
yeah.
he just picked momentum up from there. I think he went unbroken on the wall balls and obviously took the win in a stacked age group. That age group's tough.
Yeah, there's a really, really tough age group. I mean, he put a good time down as well. He got like a
Yeah,
56 and a half, something like that
56
on
something,
that
yeah.
course was decent. Yeah, he was
And then I
decent.
spoke
So
to him. I
fair
spoke to
play.
him after it, and he was just like, yeah, I'm getting back on the flight now. I'm going home. Someone will have to pick me flag
That's
up.
what he said to me. I thought he was going to have a beer, but he just went straight back to Bolton, lad.
He went straight home. Yeah, he said he had work the next day. Incredible. Like honestly, he's got some potential. I think the
Yeah,
engine he's got
definitely.
on him, if he gets the time to train the way he wants to, I think he's one definitely to watch in the future. And
Well,
then
he's had
obviously,
some season because I think the start of the
yeah,
season, September maybe, he put down. I don't want to get this wrong, but I think it was like a 108 he put down at the start of the season.
yeah,
It was something. It was over an hour anyway, so something like that. And then now to be running 55s and he just won world champs. Obviously, he's finding his feet with it and his body's adapting. He's got a mega aerobic base and
oh
his
mate,
fitness is unbelievable. You don't
he's
win
got an
UK
engine on him.
Ironman on that Bolton course.
Yeah,
If you're a muppet like so, he's a seriously fit lad, and I think he's got the mindset where if the work needs to be done, he just gets it and does it like so.
good fair play to him. We had another couple of like obviously for the lads who we know through Velosia. Jesse again, he's one of yours, isn't he? He won the mixed doubles.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
he was
that was
buzzing
good.
with
That
that.
he was a
He's
bit disappointed with his solo, but he was buzzing with the doubles.
he's come on loads as well, lad. And you've seen like the progression he's made. He's doing really well.
Yeah, he's good, mate. Yeah, he's a good lad. He works hard, so he's
Does he? Yeah.
he's getting there. Yeah,
So
who
yeah,
else? Lewis as well.
yeah. So Lewis. So I think with Lewis, so Lewis has just trained massively for an Ironman. I spoke to Lewis like in the lead up to it. So obviously he done the 70.3, is it, or two, or the
Yeah,
half
yeah,
Ironman.
7.3. Yeah,
So we did that, and then obviously he just hasn't done enough specific work for like sleds and stuff. I think he got to the sled pull or the sled push, one of them, and he said it just absolutely killed him.
yeah.
Because I think Lewis, you look at his running is just phenomenal. Like he's a serious runner.
He's one of the best runners I know because his times for his half and stuff are just incredible. He's an
Honestly, lad,
unbelievable runner.
his splits he does. So I think if he was to go like fully in on it and he was to be specific, building the build up, I'm sure he would have done really well. But obviously, I think ended up getting like a 104 or something. But it just
Yeah.
shows you, doesn't it, that like yeah, you need that specific work. I think if you want to perform well, especially with the
Well,
sleds when they're
this
that
is what
tough.
we this is what we were talking about last night, isn't it? Because we were chatting ourselves about basically having to go all in with it. And
Yeah,
how much do you want to commit to it? Because there's guys now who are taking it full time. They stop working. They're going all in for this. The standard's moving so quick. You get to a standard that you consider to be good, and then it's already jumped on another couple of
yeah,
minutes. I mean, I don't really race anymore. Like I stopped because of that. I was getting to somewhere where I thought was decent, and then by the time I'd got there, everyone else has moved on fast. And so I
yeah.
thought, fuck this.
No, no, I
I'm not.
know.
I'm flogging myself. I'm not even really enjoying the training just to kind of prove a point. Like I mean, you were saying last night when you don't really know what you want to do with regards to how far you want to push it, how serious you want to take it. Do you because you
Yeah,
can't compete with
listen,
someone who's taking it full time. Yeah,
yeah, that's it for me. And as you say, like even me to be like obviously my age group's got the likes of Mark D, Mickey Steen, all the lads that are it's for me to get by them, I've got to put a lot of work in and obviously working a full-time job.
yeah,
I've got the kids, I'm getting home, I'm getting up early, I'm training late. Like last night, I'm in a local gym, I was like helping out a little bit there. They come home and I was training like 8:30, you know what I mean? Just to get the extra hour in or whatever I needed to do. And it's a lot. I mean, I'll probably give it one more season, see how it goes next season, see how well I do. But the problem I've got, when you do a race and you run well, throws you back in to do another one. Know what I mean?
yeah. Okay, yeah. More rodeo, yeah.
One more, we'll go again. I think it's them flags. Like I'm addicted to bringing the flag home and order a flag. Let's go again to put in the draw. But
Just stick to
I
the
like,
open races, lad.
I know what I do like an open, and they're just as intense. But yeah, I mean, I'll just see what happens. As you say, it's a lot of
No,
time to move with the
yeah, yeah.
sport, and
Look, listen, it moves fast, and you have them sessions where you come home, you sit on the couch, and you think, "What the fuck am I doing this for?" Like, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
oh
Don't you?
lad,
You're
all
just
the
sitting there,
time,
or you sit in the car after, and you're like, "What put myself
lad.
through this
Well,
for, like to this extent?" I'm
And
like,
you
not
get
even
up
it.
out
Like,
of bed and you're like, oh, what's going on with my ankles here? You're walking down the stairs and you've got to go and sit on the bike for 90 minutes and you're like, I can't be arsed with this.
can't be asked.
It's all right now because we've got a bit of sun, but you know, in the winter, lad, when it's freezing cold, you're thinking, what am I doing?
Yeah, yeah,
All
it
for a
is.
racing like Manchester on a January night, lad, about half eight at night. Oh, it's grim.
It is. And like, I mean, I think it showed as well this year with regards to a lot of these young lads now are taking it so serious. I mean, like, I know when I was between 16 and 24, mate, I wasn't like living 20 hours in the gym. I was out at the weekend and
Mm.
getting up to all sorts. Like, so these guys,
Yeah,
fair play to them because they're fully locked in. I mean, the guy who won, Jude, who won 16 to 24, like, obviously a monster, and he's fully locked. You can just tell he's fully locked in. And all the fastest times were all that sort of age group in the 25. So the two lads in the 25 to 29 won, who got 55s. Jude got a 56, so four or something around there. So a lot of quick times because these
yeah.
guys are just taking it. They're just taking it so serious now.
And I think it's good because, like, obviously they're getting a lot of like, well, they're obviously getting sponsors from it. They're getting noticed, and it's good for them, isn't it, to be on the socials and to be getting that following, that attraction. I think when they go to HYROX event, they must feel a little
Yeah,
bit like, this is for me, and obviously that gives them a little bit more to work towards. Then, so
definitely.
yeah, fair play to them. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just see how it goes. As I say, I've got nothing planned now. Birmingham's my next race. Aaron's on my case to go and do another double somewhere. Obviously he's got a lot going on, so we'll just see. We'll probably pick out another doubles race, see how we do, and then yeah, take it from there. I'm probably going to do
How
more
many
doubles
points do you
next
need?
year. So to be honest with you, we won Poznan but never got the points because we didn't have the license. So to be
Oh,
honest with
got
you,
it.
we probably need another win. To be honest, and to get another win somewhere is going to be hard because everyone wants that win and everyone's traveling.
Yeah,
Unless you're going to, like, I think there's China in a couple of weeks. So unless you're flying to China to go and try and get some points, but then at the same time, I know a couple of lads who were doing it, like Jeremy and Dave Kelly, they're going, aren't they? So you go there and you're still not guaranteed to win.
yeah. Excuse me. That's the thing. If you travel all the way for 20-hour flight somewhere and you get there and then you see, you know, um, Jeremy or Kieran and Tony, in the wall, you're like, fuck's sake, I thought it was going to be
Yeah,
a
because
given. So
Keenan and
there's going
Tony,
to be none of them this year.
they went to Jakarta, didn't they? And in fair play to them, they won, like, and right off the back of the
Yeah,
world champs that they won, but it was close. I think they won by like 30 seconds again. So it wasn't like that they had an easy race out. But, they had to push themselves a little bit again. So it's just
but job
me.
done. Like
Yeah, job done.
that was the mission to go out and get them points and try and secure the place for for next season. And now because people have done that, or people have been chipping away at the points since like January or whatever,
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to break into it. I mean, in
yeah.
the
So
solos, especially because anyone who's been in the Elite 15 who's racked up points, it can be hard trying to catch them. So it
so
will be tough, yeah.
so yeah. I mean, yeah. So as I say, we're trying to get our qualification early for Hong Kong. Whether I'll go there or not, I still don't know because obviously with work and that, it's a fair way to go for me. I'll have to travel early and getting time off work's not as easy when you're obviously a school teacher. So I'll have to see how that one goes. But we'll just see how it goes, lads. Chipping away. Probably see you about it at the races and try and catch some of your athletes down, especially Mark. Don't know what I'm going to do with him. I'll just message you. You can tell me where he is, and I'll just avoid them races.
I'll
That's
be
the best
sending
way
them
to
all
go.
around the world. I'm going to be sending them to fucking China and Delhi, mate, and all over the place.
Good, lads. Good, good. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, all
so what
jokes
you?
aside, it is going to need to be like that this year. Go on.
No, it is. It is, lad. Yeah. So yeah, anything else then? Have we covered everything that we wanted to? There's obviously Melbourne this weekend, is it?
Melbourne this weekend, yeah. So I'm not certain fully. I know Jude's racing, so I think he's trying to accrue a few more points. So I'm assuming he'll have a good showing because I think Chris is out there with him.
Yeah. And then they'll obviously Dexter will probably run Money, and then I know John wins running, so I
Oh
think
yeah. Do you know what?
they'll be there.
Dexter, I was really impressed with Dexter in Sweden.
Yeah, he's a big lad as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I was really impressed with him. He proper held his own because he went in. No disrespect to him, but he went in as the slowest guy in the field by like
Yeah.
two minutes. Held his own, did really well. So fair fucks to him, like fair
Yeah,
play.
you could see him just chipping away. Where did he finish in the end? Finish like ninth or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was eighth or ninth. Yeah. So
Yeah,
fair play
he
to him.
done well. Big lad. And
I'm
then
not sure on
obviously
the.
you
I've just go on.
go on, no, go on.
I've just seen four of the girls went sub 60 on.
I'd be
I've
yeah.
just seen
So
on Instagram then. Yeah.
yeah, so because there's a few good girls there like that. Has got it here. Jess Petro, she was meant to be running, and but there's a I've never heard of Gabrielle Nicole Baker. She's like
Yeah.
ranked
So she
10th.
finished. Yeah. So she finished. I think she finished fourth in Phoenix. She's good.
Ah, okay.
She's like quite raw, like, but she's built like so good. So her
Yeah,
Calypso, I think she's a weapon there.
yeah. So
Like,
there's a good list here.
yeah, V-Trig ran a 56. So there's some fast times. So I'm not sure how the course is going like, but should be some good times for the men as well.
Does list that I've got in front of me, but he's running the doubles with that Max Lee, so they must be going for the points to try
Yeah,
and
I think
get
so. Yeah,
the test. I think the rank
yeah,
like here probably are
yeah.
trying to win to get the points.
There's another Australian race, I think, in a few weeks as well, isn't there? In about
Oh,
October, I
is
think.
it pair?
Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be
So
another chance for them to get some more points.
and then that'll move everything down again as well. Then so you're thinking of all these athletes who would think they're there, and then they'll have to go and race. So I reckon that Istanbul one, Turkey. I think that's like the 1st of August. That's gonna have loads of the Europeans flying over to race.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, Europe is the hardest circuit to race on by far, isn't it?
It is, and then
Easily the hardest.
I think most of the elites are going to be turning up, aren't they, to get the points there. And yeah, they're thinking the solos, especially even in the doubles. Like we raced in Katowice, I think it was, and Sean Noble was racing with Ollie Fricker. Obviously, they can't race this year together, but just to be on the track and to see how fast Noble is. I
Oh,
remember
mate, it's
looking
a
at
joke.
Aaron and
Yeah,
we were just laughing, like he was just going past me like it was just zone two, and I was thinking, what's going on here? I'm not that slow.
yeah. When you see the elites, like it's hard to get perspective of just how fast they're running, especially in the
Mate, it's
doubles.
phenomenal, honestly.
It's just
And he's
scary.
there
Yeah,
and he's just whizzing past me, and it's just so yeah. But no, mate, I've enjoyed that one. That was our like, little first podcast to talk there.
it's around. Well, we'll have a few more bits to cover next time, and maybe we'll put up a little poll actually and see what people want us to talk about. Doesn't have to be HYROX, doesn't have to be specific about the races. It can be about whatever you want. And we'll
Yeah,
see
you
what
might
people
have some
think.
CrossFit followers because the CrossFit Games start soon as well. So that might be
We
someone.
can, that's your speciality. That my speciality,
Yeah,
mate, is just lifting weights and sitting on a bike. Yours is
yeah.
CrossFit, lad.
And taking mirror selfies, lad. You're known for the mirror selfie. You love a mirror
Give,
selfie, you.
gotta give the people what they want.
Tension as hard as you can. You need to watch them blood vessels are gonna burst in your head. Right, lad. So yeah, love you and leave you. We'll see you next time, lad.
Go on then, lad. I'll see you later.
Cheers, mate. See you later.